Hello, my dear one. I want to start with a gentle truth. Healing is not something you force. It is something you allow. I've said that countless times over the years, and every time I do, I see faces soften, shoulders relax, tears begin to fall. Because so many of us have been taught the opposite, that healing requires effort, discipline, pushing, striving, fixing. But the truth is softer than that. Healing is not punishment. Healing is permission. Healing is not pressure. Healing is presence. I encourage you to approach these words not as lessons to memorize, not as rules to obey, but as nourishment for your soul. Listen once with openness, then listen again with attention. The first time, simply let the words flow through you, like music, like a lullaby for your spirit. Let them wash over you without resistance. Then when you return, listen again and feel the depth behind each phrase. Repetition brings awareness, and awareness is the beginning of healing. Think of a child who learns to walk. They don't succeed the first time. They fall, they try again, they repeat, and each attempt builds strength, balance, and confidence. Your mind is no different. Each time you hear an affirmation, each time you allow a loving thought to enter, you are teaching yourself to walk again, not in the world, but in love, in peace, in freedom. Now let me remind you of the most important truth. Your thoughts create your life. Some people resist this idea because they confuse responsibility with blame. But I tell you, you are not to blame for your past. You are responsible for your future. Do you feel the difference? Blame keeps you stuck. Responsibility sets you free. Responsibility says, I can choose. I can think differently. I can begin again. That is power. That is freedom. Every thought you think is like a brush stroke on the canvas of your life. Every belief is a color. Every word is a shape. And together, they form the picture you are living. Some of you may say, but Louise, I don't like the picture I see. And I say, then choose a new thought, add a new color, paint a new vision, because the brush is in your hand. It has always been in your hand. The point of power is always in the present moment, not yesterday, for yesterday is gone, not tomorrow, for tomorrow has not yet arrived. The only time you can change your thoughts, the only time you can speak new words, the only time you can create new patterns is now, right here, in this breath. This is where your power lives. So let me ask you gently, what are you painting with your thoughts today? Are you sketching fear? Are you painting lack? Are you repeating old stories of criticism and guilt? Or are you choosing to color your life with peace, with joy, with love? You may not see the full masterpiece yet, but every stroke matters. Every thought counts. Every belief is planting seeds in the soil of your future. I want you to hear me clearly. You are not a victim of your past. You are an artist of your present. You are not doomed to repeat old patterns unless you keep watering them with the same old thoughts. When you change your thinking, even a little, even gently, even slowly, your entire life begins to shift. Pause with me now. Place your hand on your heart. Close your eyes if you can, and whisper softly, I am willing to think differently. I am willing to see differently. I am willing to create a life that feels good to me. You do not have to know how. You do not have to know when. You only need to be willing. Willingness opens the door. Willingness invites life to enter with grace. Healing begins with willingness, not force. Transformation begins with awareness, not self-criticism. Growth begins with a simple thought. I am ready to change. And if you are listening right now, I know you are ready. Life has brought you here for a reason. There are no accidents. You are hearing these words because a part of you already believes it is possible. So today, I invite you to see your thoughts as your greatest tools. Every time you think, you are planting a seed. You can plant seeds of love or seeds of fear, seeds of joy or seeds of resentment, seeds of peace or seeds of chaos. The soil does not judge. It simply grows what you plant. Which seeds are you watering today, my dear? Let me give you one more truth. Life loves you. You may not always feel it. You may have forgotten it. You may have doubted it. But the love has never left. It is always present, like the sun behind the clouds. You can ignore it, you can resist it, but you cannot erase it. The moment you allow yourself to believe, even a little, that life is for you and not against you, everything begins to shift. So as we step into this journey together, hold this close. Healing is not something you earn. Healing is something you allow. Love is not something you chase. Love is something you remember. And peace is not something you buy. Peace is something you choose. Take a breath now. Feel your chest rise. Feel your chest fall. With each breath, remind yourself, I am here. I am safe. I am loved. This is the beginning. This is your doorway. This is your moment. And remember, my dear, you are not broken. You are becoming. You are not behind. You are right on time. You are not unloved. You are life's beloved. Many years ago, I sat with a woman who came to me in deep despair. Her body was hurting, her heart was heavy, and her spirit felt broken. As she spoke, I could hear not only her words, but the weight behind them, the shame she carried, the guilt she never voiced, the harsh way she spoke to herself in the silence of her own mind. And I remember saying softly to her, my darling, you are not sick because you are bad. You are in pain because you have forgotten how to love yourself. That moment was not just her healing, it was my reminder. Because time and again I see the same truth. Behind so many illnesses, behind so much exhaustion, behind so many struggles lies the same root, self-hate and guilt. We don't often call it by its name, do we? We hide it. We bury it. We cover it with busy schedules, with responsibilities, with distractions. But underneath, there it is, the inner critic whispering, I am not enough. The old wound repeating, I did something wrong. The heavy thought saying, I don't deserve. These are not small feelings. They are powerful forces. And when they remain unhealed, they begin to shape our lives in painful ways. What the mind refuses to release, the body carries. What the heart does not forgive, the body remembers. Emotional pain becomes physical pain when left unhealed. So many people live their lives with this silent rejection of themselves. They smile, they serve, they achieve, but deep inside, they carry a private war. And what does this war create? Illness in the body, fatigue in the mind, chaos in the home, struggle in relationships. My dear, I want you to hear me. Resentment, criticism, guilt, and fear are the most toxic emotions you can hold. They poison the soil of your inner garden. They choke the flowers before they can bloom. They keep you small when life wants you to expand. But here is the truth that brings freedom. What you learned, you can unlearn. What you practiced, you can release. The self-hate that was taught to you, the guilt that was planted in you, the fear that was handed down to you, none of it is your essence. You are not your guilt. You are not your fear. You are not your criticism. You are love itself, waiting to be remembered. I know many of you are listening right now and thinking, "But Louise, I've carried these feelings for so long. I don't know if I can let them go." And I say to you, you don't have to release it all at once. You only need to begin. Healing is not a single leap. It is a series of gentle steps. You start by noticing. You continue by forgiving. You keep going by practicing. And slowly, the burden begins to lift. So let us take a small step together right now. Put your hand on your heart and say softly, "I am willing to release what no longer serves me." Do not force it. Do not push it. Simply be willing. Willingness is the doorway. Willingness is the beginning. Willingness says, "I do not have to carry this pain forever." And when you say that, you create space for life to help you, for love to enter, for peace to return. Think of it this way. Guilt is like carrying a heavy stone in your pocket. At first, it may seem small, but as the days go on, the weight grows unbearable. When you choose to forgive yourself, you put the stone down. When you choose to release resentment, you free your hands to hold joy again. When you choose to soften criticism, you open your ears to hear love. And when you let fear dissolve, you step into trust. Remember, my dear, every thought you think is creating your future. Every emotion you hold is shaping your present. You are not powerless. You are powerful. And you always have the choice to release and to return to love. So today, let us make this affirmation together. I release resentment. I release criticism. I release guilt. I release fear. I welcome love. I welcome peace. I welcome joy. I welcome healing. Say it gently. Say it often. Let it become the new language of your soul, because life loves you. And when you stop rejecting yourself, you begin to feel that love in every part of your being. My darling, if there is one teaching I could leave you with, one message to whisper into your ear until it becomes the very song of your soul, it is this: love yourself. I have said it on every stage, in every book, in every counseling session, because it is the root, the foundation, the miracle that everything else grows from. You may be looking for complicated answers, for advanced techniques, for hidden secrets, but I promise you, it always comes back to love. Loving yourself is the miracle medicine. It is not selfish. It is not arrogant. It is not vain. It is the most sacred act of alignment you will ever know. Think about it with me. From love flows forgiveness. From love flows worth. From love flows health. From love flows clarity. Without love, we are like a tree without roots. We can survive for a time, but eventually we wither. With love, we are nourished, steady, unshaken, able to grow toward the sky. When you love yourself, everything else becomes possible. When you deny yourself love, everything else feels impossible. Some of you may be thinking, "But Louise, I don't know how to love myself. No one ever taught me." And that is okay, my dear. You are not alone in that. Most of us were taught to love others, to give endlessly, to put ourselves last. We were told it was noble to sacrifice, to serve, to ignore our own needs. And while giving can be beautiful, it becomes destructive when it is empty, when it is forced, when it comes from a place of lack. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot give love you do not feel. You cannot sustain what you do not nurture. So let us begin gently. Loving yourself does not mean fixing every flaw or achieving every goal. It does not mean waiting until you are perfect. It means choosing to accept who you are in this very moment, with all your brilliance and all your tender places. It means saying, I am worthy now, I am lovable now, I am enough now. This is not ego, this is truth, this is homecoming. I want you to pause and reflect. What if love is not the reward, but the beginning of all healing? What if you have been waiting for the wrong moment, waiting until you lose the weight, until you earn the money, until you fix the relationship? What if the miracle happens not after, but before? What if the very act of loving yourself now is the key that unlocks everything else? You see, my dear, love is not the end of the journey. It is the doorway. And when you walk through that doorway, you find that forgiveness is easier, that health flows more freely, that peace comes more naturally. Love is the soil in which all healing grows. Without it, the seeds cannot take root. With it, miracles become ordinary. I want you to take a breath with me now. Place your hand on your heart. Close your eyes if you can, and softly say to yourself, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Say it even if it feels strange. Say it even if your mind argues back. Say it even if you don't believe it yet, because the words are not just words. They are seeds. And every repetition waters those seeds until one day, without effort, they bloom into truth. Do not underestimate the power of this simple practice. I have seen people transform their entire lives with this one affirmation. I have seen illness ease, relationships heal, careers flourish, simply because someone finally decided to love themselves. Why? Because love changes the energy you live in. Love changes the way you speak, the way you walk, the way you choose. Love invites new experiences because when you treat yourself as worthy, the universe responds by showing you more of that worth reflected back. You may ask, but Louise, isn't it selfish to focus on myself? And I say to you, selfishness and self-love are not the same. Selfishness is rooted in fear and lack. Self-love is rooted in abundance and trust. Selfishness says, I take because I do not believe there is enough. Self-love says, I give and receive because I know I'm enough. When you truly love yourself, you become more generous, more compassionate, more kind, because your giving is no longer a cry for validation. It is an overflow of the love you already hold within. So let us practice together. Begin each day with love. Before you look at your phone, before you open your emails, before you face the noise of the world, look in the mirror and say, I love you, I accept you, I am here for you. You may feel silly at first, you may resist. Old voices may rise up and say, you don't deserve it. But keep going, keep saying it, keep showing up, because that little voice in the mirror, that is your inner child, your truest self, the part of you that has been waiting for your love all along. I know it may bring tears. That is good. Tears are healing. They are the body's way of washing away the old pain, the old stories, the old lies. Each tear says, I am ready to soften. I am ready to receive. I am ready to love. And my dear, once you begin, you will notice the changes. You will feel lighter. You will speak more kindly. You will forgive more easily. You will breathe more deeply. And life will meet you with grace, because life is always responding to your vibration. When you vibrate with love, life mirrors that love back to you in countless ways, through opportunities, through relationships, through peace in your heart. So today, I ask you to make love your foundation, not anger, not fear, not guilt, love. Let it be the ground you walk on, the lens you see through, the song you return to again and again. And when you forget, because you will forget, return again. Love does not punish you for forgetting. Love simply waits for you to remember. Let us close this moment together with one more affirmation. Say it slowly, say it gently, say it with trust. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Feel how the words shift the air around you, how they soften the muscles in your face, how they bring warmth to your chest. This is not fantasy. This is healing. This is truth. And remember, my dear one, you are not broken. You are beautiful. You are not unworthy. You are already whole. You do not need to earn love. You only need to allow it. My darling, let us talk about something many of us overlook, the healing power of words and the voice that carries them. You see, it is one thing to think a thought silently, but it is another thing entirely to speak it aloud, to let it travel through your breath, your lips, your chest, your whole body. Words have energy. Your voice has vibration. And when you speak loving words aloud, you awaken every part of yourself to that truth. I've watched people for decades say their affirmations only in their heads. And yes, even silent affirmations hold power. But the shift becomes profound the moment they begin to use their voice. When you speak, your body listens. When you speak, your cells hear. When you speak, you summon not only your mind, but your whole being into alignment. That is why I always say, don't just think your affirmations. Say them, sing them, chant them, whisper them. Let them move through you. Your voice is like a tuning fork. When it vibrates with love, your whole body starts to harmonize with that love. Science even shows us now what I witnessed intuitively years ago. The sound of your own voice can release healing chemicals. Oxytocin flows. Stress hormones decrease. Your nervous system calms. Isn't that beautiful? The medicine was within you all along, waiting for your permission to speak. And it's not just the words themselves. It's the tone. It's the rhythm. It's the intention. Have you ever noticed how a soft whisper can soothe a crying child? Or how a joyful laugh can lift an entire room? That same power lives in you. When you speak with gentleness, your body softens. When you speak with joy, your heart opens. When you speak with love, your spirit remembers. So let us practice now. Take a breath in, feel it expand your chest, and as you exhale, let the words leave your lips. I am willing to heal. I allow love to flow through me. And notice how it feels. Say it again, perhaps a little slower this time. Let each syllable roll like a wave of kindness over your body. I am willing to heal. I allow love to flow through me. This is not just language. This is medicine. Sometimes people ask me, Louise, but what if I don't believe the words yet? What if it feels false when I say it? And I tell them, that's all right. You don't need to believe fully on day one. You only need to be willing. The power is not in perfection. The power is in repetition. Every time you say the words, you are planting seeds. Every time you say them, you are watering those seeds. And one day, without effort, you look around and see a garden where once there was only barren soil. There's also a secret joy hidden here. When you speak your affirmations aloud, you may find yourself smiling. You may feel your lips curl, your eyes soften, your whole face light up. And that smile, my love, is medicine too. It tells your body, we are safe. It tells your heart, we are loved. It tells your mind, we are free. Even if the smile feels small or forced at first, keep going. Smiles, like words, carry energy. They ripple through your nervous system, reminding every part of you that life is good, that healing is possible, that joy is near. Now let us go even deeper. Imagine your voice as a bridge. On one side of the bridge are your thoughts, often swirling, doubting, questioning. On the other side of the bridge are your experiences, your physical body, your reality. Your voice carries the thought across the bridge. It takes what was only inside your mind and delivers it to your whole being. That is why words spoken aloud are so powerful. They are not trapped in the head. They become embodied. They become real. I want you to think of times in your life when words spoken aloud changed everything. A yes at the altar. A doctor saying you are healed. A child saying I love you. Or even a teacher saying you can do this. Words spoken aloud have power to move mountains, to change destinies, to heal wounds. Why would your own words be any different? Why would your body not listen when you speak love into it? So here is my invitation. Begin to create rituals with your voice. Say your affirmations while you shower, letting the water carry them over your skin. Say them while you drive, turning the car into a temple of love. Say them while you cook, stirring healing energy into your food. Say them into the mirror, looking yourself in the eyes, reclaiming trust one phrase at a time. Every word you speak with love is an act of creation. Every word is a seed. Every word is a brushstroke on the canvas of your life. Some of you may feel nervous to speak affirmations aloud, afraid someone will hear, afraid it will sound silly. And yet, my dear, isn't it far sillier to spend our whole lives speaking criticism aloud, repeating complaints, affirming fear without hesitation? If we can so easily speak words of worry, why not choose words of healing? If we can so freely say, I am tired, I am sick, I am unlucky, why not practice instead, I am strong, I am healing, I am open to blessings? The mouth already speaks. The choice is only what message you give it to carry. Let's make another affirmation together right now. Say it aloud wherever you are, even if it's just a whisper. I am willing to heal. I allow love to flow through me. Feel how your chest vibrates with the words. Feel how the air shifts. Feel how even the smallest sound can create a wave of change in you. And here is the beauty. When you use your voice in this way, you are not only healing yourself, you are raising the vibration of the space around you. Sound travels. Energy expands. Your words ripple into the environment, blessing your home, blessing your family, blessing the world. You may not see it immediately, but every loving word spoken aloud leaves a trace of healing in the atmosphere. That is how powerful you are. So, my darling, let this be your new practice. Speak your life into being. Say the words until they live in your bones. Say them until they replace the old harsh phrases. Say them until your voice itself becomes a song of love. And each time you speak, know that your body listens, your heart listens, life listens. Take one more breath with me now. And as you exhale, say it again. I am willing to heal. I allow love to flow through me. That is enough. That is everything. At the close of our time together, I want to leave you not with more to do, but with gentle practices that invite healing into your everyday life, naturally, softly, beautifully. Because healing is not about dramatic effort. It is not about fixing yourself like a broken machine. Healing is about returning to what is already whole within you. And sometimes the simplest practices are the most profound. The first practice is meditation on the breath. My dear, your breath is your reset button. It is the bridge between your body and your spirit, between your fear and your peace. When life feels overwhelming, sit quietly, place your hand on your chest, and notice. Inhale peace, exhale stress, inhale love, exhale tension. With each breath, you are reminding yourself, I am here, I am safe, I am alive. There is no rush, there is no perfection. Even 3 mindful breaths can change the entire energy of your day. The second practice is to write down positive affirmations. Don't just think them, don't just hope them. Write them where you can see them. On mirrors, on your desk, on your phone. Let these words become your companions, your reminders, your daily nourishment. Try simple ones like, my body is a friend to me. I trust the process of life. Every cell in my body vibrates with health. Each time you read them, each time you say them, you are rewriting the story inside you. You are teaching your subconscious a new truth. Remember, repetition is power. And when your eyes, your ears, your voice, and your heart all receive the same loving words, transformation is inevitable. The third practice is to bless everyone and everything with love. This may sound small, but it is life-changing. When you walk into work, silently bless the people around you. When you prepare food, bless it with gratitude. When you sit at your desk, bless the tasks before you. Bless the weather, bless the traffic, bless your own reflection in the mirror. Every loving thought is a seed, and you are planting a new reality with each blessing. You do not need to control the soil. You do not need to rush the growth. You only need to plant with love, and life will bring the harvest. These 3 practices, the breath, affirmations, and blessing, may seem simple, but simplicity is often the deepest wisdom. If you commit to them gently, not with pressure, but with willingness, you will notice subtle shifts. Your body will feel calmer, your thoughts will soften, your heart will open. You will remember that healing is not a destination to reach, but a state to return to. And so we come to our closing truth. Healing is already happening within you. Even now as you listen, even now as you breathe, even now as you simply allow. You are not broken, you are not too late, you are not beyond help. Your body is listening, your mind is opening, your heart is softening. So let us affirm together, you are safe to heal, you are worthy of healing, you are healing, life loves you and so do I. That is enough, that is everything.